How's it going, everybody? It's me, Shane. I'm here to give you another Trigun Stampede episode review and recap. Today's episode is To a New World. And before I go any further, please do not forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified of more videos such as this one. For those of you who are not new to the channel, yes, I know I am behind on the rest of season 1 of The Last of Us, and yes, I have not started The Mandalorian yet, but you know what? It'll come soon. It'll come, right? But let's just get down to it in this episode, because I don't know how. If the goal was to make me hate knives, which, by the way, see, now I know they're just trying to spell it out for, I guess, the dub people, because July is not July. Nye, they're probably doing the Romaji spelling for the subs. Because his name is literally Kni. Like, you would name a kid Nye and not go, it's like knives. Not even like Bill Nye, but just like Nye. Which, here's some miscellaneous information. They were born July 21st, 2455. Some other miscellaneous information that I did not mention in the video last week, but I did mention in the comments, was that Elandra, I don't remember her name, the Crimson Nail, that was a totally different character before. It had nothing to do with being a plant clone of stupid ass knives. Yes, I hate knives. Get to it in a second. If you already seen the episode, you already know, but bear with. She was a totally different character. She was actually the hidden member of the Gung Ho Guns in the manga. The more research I do after I do these, because I usually do some beforehand, but I like just coming right out and just telling you guys how I feel. The more research I do, the more I kind of wish I would get more of a one-to-one for the manga to the screen, because there's a lot of stuff in the manga that's pretty intriguing. But that's neither here nor there. She was a totally different character, tall, beautiful blonde character. But tall, beautiful blonde character that more or less, I don't think she was a villain, but not necessarily a villain, but seemed to be a cool character in the manga. Doing just quick minimal research. There's another thing I forgot to mention last week, and I don't remember what it was, but if I just happen to remember, I'll bring it back up. But yeah, that's her, Crimson. And she had a special plug suit and a suitcase that literally would fire out nails. But that indeed was her. But yes, so in this episode, we get even further into the backstory of Vash and knives. And I'm just going to keep it 100 with you. Like, we all pretty much guess the whole, it was your fault, Vash. You helped me. You're part of the reason why. No. So Vash didn't give him the access code. When they were digging deeper to figure out what was going on, what Rem was hiding from them, Vash knowing her, when Knives couldn't come up with the code, Vash did it himself. He's smart. And this comes directly after Knives making fun of Vash for not having powers, right? On top of Rem saying, you know what, powers or no powers, I love you both. She's encouraging Knives to not let people know he has powers, and encouraging him to not to eat and drink in front of them. Because, and we figure, and if you don't put two and two together, it's because with the code, they see that there was another independent named Tesla. The picture of Tesla, that's why I forgot. Picture of Tesla. Tesla showed up in the manga. She is essentially their big sister. So they meet Tesla, and her tongue, and her arm, and her eye, and one of her legs. Her body is split up into 5 parts. She still has her main torso, but it says she was frozen and she was kept in that room, rised up, and it says alive. So technically Tesla isn't dead. And the young boys, they properly freak out, and Rem comforts them. And Knives is reading the Bible like it's a history book, right? Which I'm not even going to get into that kind of debate. Full disclosure, I am Christian. I got a bunch of other stuff under my belt along with being Christian, some other stuff. Maybe I'll do a video about myself later, but that's a whole other can of worms I'm not opening up on an anime video. But he's reading it like it's a history book. He's like, humans always repeat the same stuff, and Rem is what keeps Vash believing in humans, because he says, I know they did terrible things to her, and I know they did really messed up stuff, but Rem said the moment we appeared, she said she wasn't going to let that happen again. And Knives takes this as, oh, well, you can't survive like a plant, so you fight for human affection. That's what it is. So he's actively looking down on him. Meanwhile, the whole plan is, while Vash is nearly drowning in a vat of, I thought it was water, and Knives stabs his little knife thing into him, and all these black vines come out of Vash, and he's actively erasing his memories, and as we find out towards the end of this episode, impregnating the plants, because they want to make every plant that's on the planet independent, because they all lack a soul. And Vash's plants gather their power from an alternate dimension, where the real main plant is how they get thermal energy, electric energy, water, and gravity. And Dr. Conrad, who was actively dying, good. I wish Meryl would have shot him. He's like, you're not gonna shoot me, and that glass is bulletproof. Okay, all right. I wish you would have shot him, because he's like, I can't die until I see it through. I'd be like, you're not gonna see it. Pow. That's what. Don't allow him to have his last wish. I digress. The whole plan is to get Vash to open up his gate, because apparently his can pull out and pull in, or go in, right? Okie dokie. Now my true deepest issue with this is Knives consider by the way, he metaphorically kills Rem in his memories, because Vash is losing memories. He's like, you're not gonna remember anybody, not even me. Makes him forget what happened in Jonah Rock, Rolo dying, Wolfwood, Tonus, Meryl, Roberto. And he metaphorically cuts off Rem's head. He's like, all these people are disappearing in red petals. And you mean to tell me you supposedly love your brother? I'm doing all this for you, is what he tells him. He's like, you're doing this for me. He's doing all this because he thinks he's protecting his brother from people, because his brother seems to care about humans, and you think it's because he's too weak to take care of himself. Do you see where the nonsense bullshit is coming? Like, it's a non-stop cyclical. It's a cycle of an insane person. I hope he does not make it at the end of this. He does not. Go back. He does not deserve to make it. Make this different from the manga. Please let this be different. Let him be done. I am sick of Knives. Literally sick of Knives. It is self-righteous bullshit. Goodness gracious. And that's the crazy part. He's like, oh, I finally have you back. Do you? Because it just seems like you just want him to do what you say. And as any sane person would tell you, that's not love, guys. That's not love. People only liking you when you do what they want you, when you do what they want you to do. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's not love. But yeah, that is the basis of this whole episode. Apparently, Vash turns completely black. They access the thing. All of these black vines that look like flora, that's what Meryl was saying. She's trapped underneath one, by the way. Takes over all of July. As the soldiers are looking for the humanoid typhoon and eating, and this thing, the giant dimensional looking flowers appear, and it's a big giant lady, and I bet you the big giant lady looks like Rem, but I digress. And Knives makes it. He wants to take the core so he can change the world to a place where plants can be independent and plants can thrive, which would have been admirable if you didn't use your brother. And he even said it in the first memory they went through. He's like, I constantly go back to this memory, but in the first memory, it's him saying, I figured out how to fix everything, and I need it's you. I need you. And he's like, all right, you want to crucify yourself for the sinners? Cool. Have it your way. You never plan on giving him a choice in either way it goes. Again, self-righteous bullshit. I don't. Aside from me hating this character, which I will never understand how sometimes it's you love to hate the character, kind of like your Weskers or your in anime. Let's talk about what's his name, Naraku's. Or sometimes your Isns, even though Isn annoys me. But then you have the characters like Griffith, which I'm sorry if you say Griffith did nothing wrong. I'm not cool with you because that's stupid. Your Griffith, this, while not physically assaulting, is still hella abusive. Very abusive. Unbelievably abusive. He's not even like a cool bad guy. Like, a lot of people like Gaara when Gaara was a bad guy. You like bad Gaara, or what's another person? I'm looking at my Yu-Gi-Oh books. Let's go with Merrick. These guys are like, oh, they're insane and they're bad and they know they're bad and they're liking it. It's not even like that. It's just, you're manipulative. Yeah, sure, some of the best villains are the ones who believe what they're doing is right. I don't see it this way. They try really hard to make him sympathetic in here, and I applaud your attempt. It just makes me hate him more. Because at least in the first anime, the 98 anime, I was like, oh, Knives is just an asshole. Wow. And he's like, I don't care. He's like, I don't care about you, Vash. I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to bully you because I know I can bully you. So it is what it is. And in this, it's just, oh, I'm supposed to feel bad because he got the ouchy feelings from seeing the one thing, but the one human being that actually showed you love, oh, you don't, okay, you don't care, and now you're manipulating your brother and making him feel bad and blaming him and gaslighting. Gotcha. You're a gaslighter. I don't like Knives. The only levity that we got in this whole entire thing, and when Meryl's like, hey, we got to get Vash, and he's like, yeah, that's not, when she talked to Wolfwood, he's like, that's not my problem. You get, her stopping him, and she kicks him in the shin, the visual shiver that goes up his body. And she just says, I'm disappointed in you, and leaves. And he finds Roberto's dead body, says, I owe you one, takes his cigarettes because he ran out of him on himself. And he's like, everybody has a choice, huh? Yeah, you got a choice, Wolfwood. I don't know what else I can even say. I've actually gone over everything that's pretty much important. The Tesla incident. I'm guessing the Dr. Conrad was part of those who chopped up little old Tesla, which I don't even know how to feel about that, but okay. Where do you go from here? Right? Okay. Knives is basically there. Is he gonna gloat so long that, oh look, homeboy got back? By the way, just the plants being pregnant when they open up and they're literally pregnant, and the fact that pretty sure those are Vash's memory babies or something. That's just freaking weird. Whatever. But okay, Wolfwood gets there because dude's like, yeah, if you forcibly stop it, it could be bad. Dude's fucking gone anyway. Pardon my four-letter words, but still, he's gone anyway. I can just see Wolfwood just like, all right, break the vow. We're gonna bust this stuff. Help Needle Noggin out here. And I would love for Knives to be stuck in there. It's like, oh yeah, you can interact with the core all you want. Nothing you can do because you can't come back. Let him be stuck, and if you do a part 2, I guess the part 2 is, oh, Knives is back. But how's Vash going to get his memories back? Like, what happens? Do these 5 plants that are open and pregnant, do they die? What about the other ones? Like, this whole... I respect the attempt and execution. They've executed a lot of it doing something different. This is wholly different. Plucked a lot of stuff from, what we already have, especially the manga, and changed some stuff. Knives called this I gotta pull it out of my phone notes. It's called Megiddo something. This is gonna be their Har Megiddo. I have not looked that up. I don't want to look it up. It's just a final. This is their battle of Har Megiddo. Whatever, dude. I have no clue where this is gonna go. Where do you guys think it's gonna go? Please leave me a comment down below. Just Vash is all black now. He calls out to Vash, and Vash just lifts his head up. He doesn't know anything now. It's freaking sad, and it's crazy because once Vash looks down and says, "Wait, where am I? This isn't my hand," because he realized he has a fake hand. So when he's like, "Oh, my fake hand is gone. This isn't real," and we get bits and pieces of the intro where he's walking through the desert. I would have figured that when they stalled at 90%, I figured that the memory of Rem would have allowed him to break through all of that. But no, the bad guys get to the MacGuffin. How do you solve this? Let's be real. These aren't 30-minute episodes. These are like 24, 26 minutes because, commercials. How do you solve this within that allotted amount of time? How does this set up for a part 2? Are we getting a part 2 where Vash doesn't remember anything? Because dude just wiped off over 150 years worth of memories in like 10 minutes, I guess. Guess you can call it 10 minutes. Not even maybe 10, maybe 5. Right? Almost instantly. So how, man? It's with all of that, I don't even know what to even rate this. Like, it's not average, but it's not giving me like the feel goods. And maybe that's because maybe that's because of where I'm wondering where the heck does this go. Not fantastic, but I gotta give him credit for doing something new, right? As we complain all the time, either you get really good reboots, like in my opinion, the Digimon 2020 reboot, or you get what was another reboot? Or you get really great continuations like Bleach, 1,000 Year Blood War, or you get something that's like tries way too hard to be better than the last thing and it fails, or it's a thing that's just a carbon copy but it looks shiny and new. I don't know how many animes actually do this, but this is Shaman King the 2021 reboot. Looks really great. Very like it's basically 1-to-1 of the manga material. I definitely need to catch up on that. 1-to-1 to the manga material. Really good without feeling like it takes away from what you saw in the past, because that good old 2000s anime, or that late 90s 2000 anime feel is a different looking thing, but this is different. I give you credit for doing something new, and it doesn't necessarily tarnish what came before it. It's like if you like chocolate chip ice cream, or if you like chocolate ice cream, right? Or you like vanilla ice cream. The original manga is that vanilla. Then you got the chocolate ice cream. Well, hey, you want to try Rocky Road? And you try this Rocky Road and you're like, there's parts I like, but I wouldn't necessarily ask for it as my first thing. I'm interested in seeing how this ends up. This gets a 4 out of 5 from me. Me and Stitch agree. There's a lot of new stuff here that it keeps you intrigued. That's this whole entire series. It just makes you go, what the heck is going to happen next? As opposed to being a slog like something else I have reviewed on this channel. This makes me go, all right, I gotta watch. I gotta watch. Tell me how you feel. Tell me what you think in the comment section down below. Do you think this gets a second season, or do you think just this entire story wraps up next week and that's it? I don't know how you do a sequel if they beat Knives. And this series is so sad. I hope we get a decent, I don't want to say completely happy, but can I get a good ending for Vash? Because this whole entire series has been him getting emotionally kicked in the metaphorical testicles. Like, constantly. People hate him. He saves people that keep hating him. His brother's insane. He loses everybody that he cares about. I feel bad for him. Again, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Do not forget to hit that like button. It is very much appreciated. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, be notified of more videos such as this one. And I thank you guys for taking some time out to listen to me talk about episode 11 of Trigun Stampede. Next week will be the last episode. Seems like a lot of things are clearing up this week because next week will be the last episode of Digimon Ghost Game. Expect the review to come probably tomorrow. Well, I don't know when this is going up. It's going to come after this one, though. So, thank you once again. Be good, be blessed. Wash those hands. Take care of yourselves. Be good to yourselves. Be good to others. Either way it goes, don't be a jerk. Thinking about we as a community of gamers, anime people, movie people, we've lost Lance Reddick yesterday. So, tell somebody that you love them, right? Know that you are loved. Know that there is somebody out there that would rather talk to you today than to miss you and mourn you tomorrow, right? Reach out to somebody, and not just reach out to somebody if you are feeling lonely. Reach out to somebody and let somebody know that you love them, all right? All right. My social media is at the bottom. Feel free to follow me. Hit me up. Start a conversation. I won't be rude and I won't bite. I expect the same out of you. So until next time, guys, this is Shane, and I will see you later. Bang.